What's up, everybody? I was playing along to that with my. Oh, there we are live, so that's how I know we're live. What's happening, everybody? Music Therapy Laz here. Kind of going solo today, but I don't have to. So there were so many different topics I was thinking about doing for today, but then I watched Henning Pauli's HP42 Studios chat, or well, he didn't have a chat because he wasn't live, right? So he just talked about something. I'm not going to say what. Go check it out if you want to. Let me put it in the chat there. HP42 Studios, right? You guys know Henning, right? I think you do. HP42 Studios. Henning Pauli. Just put in his name. Oh, I'm all caps. Oops. I can get in trouble for all caps. Henning Pauli. So that's one of the things I want to talk about. Let's talk about all this kind of stuff. What do you guys think? Well, no topic off the table. If you guys want to talk a little politics too, we'll do that. But let's be nice to each other. That's the number one rule here, okay, you guys? And I agree to the Metalhead Hippie Show way of handling these things. I've had, there are negative comments that I get in the comment section too. And guess what? I erase them because I just don't have that, energy for that kind of stuff. I think it's often a cry for attention. Because if you don't have anything nice to say, or if it's not some kind of a comment that is a, hey, I like your channel, but you could, maybe you should do this more, less of that, more, or whatever, right? And that would be cool. It'd be constructive criticism, but just the open, outright kind of like coming at you, I don't like you criticism thing. I think there's too much of that in today's society. I think we're making that a mainstream thing that's okay, where in the past that was kind of something that your mom said, hey, if you got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, maybe try to think of something nice. Or it's not about like PC or whatnot. I think it's just how we can all get along better and be friends, and that's a good thing, because then we can get things done together. If we're mad at each other all the time, yelling at each other and calling each other names all the time and bullying and all this kind of stuff, is not good. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't solve problems, and we have to hear each other out. Sometimes, we're in need to be heard out, and sometimes hear out the cries of someone. I'll give it away. Henning was talking a little bit about where are all the protest songs. People are asking, like, where are all the protest songs today? And we're not just talking about the politics in the United States. We're talking about in the world. There's all kinds of stuff happening. Strife, right? Death and mayhem. Children dying that don't need to. The same stuff has been going on forever, right? So if you guys want to talk about that a little bit, we could. But I replied to him that, one of my favorite songs from back in the 80s was by a wonderful Canadian band. We love you, Canada. I do, anyway. I think we all do, really. It's crazy, isn't it? By Triumph, the band Triumph of Canada. And it was called Fight the Good Fight. Every minute, every day, fight the good fight. It's the only way. Yeah. And I think what good is that thing that's tough for us to sometimes discern, So I'm not here to answer every question like I have the answers. That's not what the Q&A, ask me anything. Please do ask me anything. I'm going to go hit the chat now. We've got a good 19 people in here. Thank you all, by the way, for joining. I'm all dressed up because right after this, at 11 o'clock, you guys, I'm out. I got to go. We've got a thing to get together with some friends we haven't seen since really Christmas time. So we're going to get together with. It's a beautiful sunny day out there right now. And I'm dressed up in a short sleeve because I can, because it's California, and I love the state of California. I'm glad I was born here, and happy that I'm part of this wonderful part of the world, where a lot of good and bad things happen everywhere, but we all fight for what we fight for, what we think is right? Fight the good fight. And you can't blame people for fighting for their fight, You got to try to understand each other. I think that's a big part of it. So let me go ahead and get off my soapbox for now, but yeah, let me get up to the top here and see who's in first. Oh my goodness, look at that, Johnny Bean, my friend. He's out on the road right now, so he might pop in. I sent Janice Lala is totally exhausted. Sorry, no, it's totally cool, man. It's totally cool. Sometimes it's good to go solo, and I don't mind it at all. I can talk all day here. What's up? BC Rich is next. I was actually next, but but that doesn't count. I'm almost ready, I said. Uh-oh. I thought I was going to sneeze. I do have a box of tissue here. I usually do, just in case. No. Greasy Monkey Guitars is here. I wonder, how do greasy monkeys play guitar? That is something I want to see. Just saying. I want to see a greased up monkey trying to play a guitar. That would be funny as heck. All right, then we got MPN in here too. I hope I'm making you guys laugh, because I'm laughing at them. I'm tearing from the laughter from that one. We've got MPN 5150 saying, "What's up, Laz, Johnny, and all?" Right on. Dan Gorman with a big Laz. Right on. Yeah, it's funny. My buddy Bill in high school. Bill Wandell, where are you, man? I can't find you anywhere. I hope you're not in jail, bro. He's probably married and happy and doesn't want anything to do with social media. I don't know. It doesn't seem like him. Yeah, I don't know what happened to you, Bill, man. Where are you at? Anyway, Jimmy Olsen, where you at, bro? Chris Chase, where you at? Drew. All these people I was friends with in high school, I can't find them online. They're like not there. Oh, by the way, I am drinking from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's right. Happy Mushroom. The Happy Mushroom, musical mushroom cup. The pink, the Pepto Bismol. Pepto. Is it Pepto or Pepmo? I can't even remember now. Pepto Bismol pink. And it's kind of got this matte finish, and it's kind of smooth, and it goes with my pink pointer. Anyway, I'm going to use the laugh box a lot today. I think we all need it, right? So much going on in the world. Scott Hawk also in Blackjack Guitar saying, "What's up, chatsters and chatster land and lurkers and all," right? We know you lurkers are there. Scott Hawk, what's up? BC Rich in with the first question. All right, we'll bring that in. Mark Taft saying hi. Let's say hi back. Let's get in with the first question. BC Rich with the first question of the day. Laz, your headless is denting the speaker cover on your Vox combo. Oh, you're right. Let's get that fixed. I can make sure that cable runs. Okay. There we go. Thank you for letting me know. You know, I would hang this on that stand right there, but it wouldn't work. It would just fall right through, right there. Like, look. Right? Woo! So we gotta just put it up here against the other guitar dock that I have. I'm a big promoter of the guitar dock. Do you guys know the guitar dock? Let me show you one. You guys know it. You know it? Should I show you one? Let me show you. I'm gonna have to lay this one on the floor because this one will fall down. The Meteora is not made to stand on its own. You gotta have one of these. The Didario guitar dock. That's right. I know Janice didn't like the one I sent her because she's, it makes my strings go pling, pling when I pull it in and out. I'm like, girl, you're playing the guitar. The strings get plinged all the time with a pick and everything. I mean, this is like a soft rubber thing. It's okay. But she doesn't like it. So, Janice, if you don't like your guitar dock, maybe gift it to somebody. Yeah. But I love mine because it also works as you can hang other stuff on it. I often hang cable on it. I can attach it to, that left a permanent ding. Look at that. That is a road worn CC2 AC30 I bought at something I get Real Guitars in San Francisco. And it's got a lot of other issues with it, making it look old and stuff. Now it even looks more vintage. So there you go. That's how you vintage things like that. Anyway, I'll never sell that thing. I bought that for $500 and it was the best $500 I ever spent. All right. So yeah, thank you for that question. Or was it just a pointing out, Laz, why do you have it? That would have been a question. All right, then we'll move on down here. Yeah, it's probably it might have even dented the speaker. Oh my God. Hopefully not. All right, what's up? Matt Stewart, my friend. What's up? James G also in. It was much too broken sleep. Oh, you had broken sleep last night. Yeah, man, that sucks. Yeah. I had a good sleep last night. I think somebody woke me up making a bunch of racket upstairs. The people that have a baby, you know, the baby's cries, they have to get up and they have to do stuff with the baby and stuff. I remember what it's like, so I don't, you know, hate on them or anything, but it wakes me up sometimes in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. sometimes. This morning it was 5:30 in the morning. Janice, you said you never heard of it. What, the guitar dock? I swear I sent you one. You have one of these. Come on. You can clamp it to a microphone stand and then lean your guitar on that if you trust the stand. Anyway, we got Mark's Gas Station in here as well. Let's yeah, Triumph is a great band, right? I love that song. Fight the good fight. And I can't sing the rest because I can't do that. Anyway, Magic Power is a great tune too. Yeah, right? Yeah, I got the music in me, right? Isn't that got the magic power of music in me? Man, that guy's a great dude. I think his name's Eric something, right? That guy's, wow. Singer, songwriter, guitar player, the lead dude. Man. And I love that album cover that they did too with the flying V, you know, and yeah. I'm a kid of the 80s. I'm not a child of the 80s. I was a teenager in the 80s, but yeah, the 70s and 80s. I was lucky. Got to grow up with all that great music. That's all you hear now anyway, right? Yeah, Magic Power. That's a great band. A great song from a great band. So, Searching for Tone. Dude, what's up? Dude, your channel is killing it. I haven't watched a lot of other stuff, to be honest. I got to watch some more of your stuff because it's fun. You know, you're doing it kind of in the way that I should have done it, but good for you. I was thinking to go in that way, like, you know, I don't know how to play guitar very well, but I love guitar, and let's see what I can show you guys and do this. But there's probably a lot of other guys out there like that too. But you're doing it really well. You're doing it smart. You're putting time into it. I can see that. I don't have as much time, but it's great, and I'm planning to try to put more time into it. You know, yeah. It's all about the slide, the greasy monkey feel. Okay, so you got to get some greasy monkey slide juice, and then just get slide up and down on the keyboards there. Oh my goodness! All right. Who else is new? Johnny is in Santa Cruz. See, now it's more road worn. That's right. Now it's studio worn because that was a studio thing. Happy Sunday, says Mark's Gas Station to me and you all. Where'd he go? I want to show it. Show it. Well, I want to show it. There it is. It took a while to pop up. That was weird. Oh, it wouldn't stay in any place I put it. Well, you just got to crank, you know, tighten it. Tighten the knob. Where did I put it now? Here it is. You just got to tighten this knob real good so that it clamps down real good. Because it's got these like little rubbery, see that? The little rubbery thing. You got to clamp it down real good. But, you know, if you're putting it on an edge of a rounded amp that it doesn't get enough of a, you know, grip on, you can turn it this way because this thing turns all directions, you know, so you can have this clamped onto any direction of a surface, right? It could be this way, right? And then you can just turn this, so it can hold a lot of different things, and it's a lot easier and faster to do, like compared to some of those wing nut kind of things are a little bit more difficult, and it's small and compact, so this actually folds up, right? So it's easy to like take with you. You can almost put it in a pair of your jean pockets, but then, you know, maybe not. Maybe in your backpack with your other gear, right? It's pretty cool. Anyway, I love the guitar dock. They used to have them like all the time at Guitar Center. I don't see them anymore. I don't know if they stopped making them or what happened, but I gotta order some more from. Those are great giveaways too. They're not super expensive. They're like $10. Yeah. Hopefully not. I don't think so. See, that's what headless guitars can do. Dangerous things. Kidding. Roadie's Jam Cave, dude. What's up, man? I gotta go. I haven't checked in on Metalhead Hippie lately. I see him posting up a bunch of him playing video games. Is he doing that show anymore? Because I haven't seen that pop up. You know, the usual show with music and stuff. I gotta check in on that community and see what's been happening there because I've been kind of absent from it. It's not a good thing. Yeah, right, Janice. You never heard that song before? All right, you guys, you got to check it out. Yeah, Rick. I knew it was something like Eric or it's Rick Emmett. Thank you, Mark Gas Station. Yeah, Rick Emmett. That's right. Yeah. Okay, I'm way back in the chat. Well, not that far back. All right. Yeah, Rick Emmett. Yeah. Yeah, you best go get that and put it on. Listen to it. It's some great, great music from the early '80s, right? Um, he stopped his music shows for now, says Rody. Okay. Well, I gotta reach out to that guy and see if he's all right. Hopefully he's doing all right. I gotta watch him play games to chat with him, right? That's what I gotta do. I'll do it. If I have to do that, I'll do that. Late at night, if he's still awake. I don't know if he's a late night guy, but I think he is. But I hope he's doing okay, health wise. But that might be a reason, I guess, or maybe something else happened. I'll find out and I'll report back to you. So that was one of my questions. So who's got some cues for my A's? Any questions that I could answer for you guys? Anything you want to know? It could be gear. If you want to talk about gear, that's fine. If you want to talk about my plans, if I'll ever complete any of them, that's fine. If you want to talk about the show that I went to see my sister, I'll show you guys some pictures of the show from last night. See, if I was smart, I would have downloaded them to my computer, and then I could show them on here as a slide, but I didn't do that. By the way, did you guys like the picture that I showed from for the show? That was me. That's me in the Wadi Rum Desert. It's not Tatooine, but it looks like Tatooine, right? Let me see if I can get the color right. Yeah, that was sunset in the desert after we left Petra, from Raiders of the Lost Ark, that rock city kind of thing. We went there. We were there for 2 days, and then we went to the Wadi Rum Desert for 1 day, and it was beautiful. It was gorgeous, and the sunset there was just so inspiring. Is one word. Peaceful, so beautiful. Just wow, looks like you're on Mars or something. All kinds of thoughts and feelings were going through my mind at that time. Yeah, I'm parting the Red Sea, the Red Desert, parting the Red Sands. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, okay. Interesting. Triumph also owned Metalworks recording studio in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Mississauga, right? Mississauga. I love how in Canada, a lot of the names of places, especially states and things like that, are named after the native indigenous tribes of Americans that were there, right, for thousands of years, probably, right? I like that. I think that's cool. I dig that. And I've been to Canada a few times, but I'd like to go again. I'd like to go some more. All right, here's a good question. All right, excuse me for a second. Where's that? When I need that, where's that simple, quick mute button? There. All right, I had to clear something. Have I ever played a harpsichord? God, I think I have. I think I played one at a piano store a long time ago. I have been to Europe quite a few times, as you guys know. And, you go into, I remember going into a music store, and there was a harpsichord. And it's weird. It's the weirdest thing, right? Sounds so weird, but it's cool. It's like when you hear that early Mozart stuff and Bach stuff, yeah. It's very cool. Oh, look at that. Mark Taft, thank you for subscribing, dude. Right on. Thank you for that. Yeah, I need more subscribers. Not that it's going to make a huge difference to my life when it comes to monetarily or whatever running this channel. I'm running it, and I really appreciate everyone who has donated so far to the channel over the years. Items like that amp, that's insane. The Harry Joyce one's going to Hobarodi, but he's going to even give me something else, he says. Hobarodi's the best. I don't know where you at, Hobarodi. Don't be mad at me, because you know why, but we'll take care of things, hopefully to your pleasure. It'll all work out. But anyway, we got the Marshall JTM 45, an original hand-wired original copy. Is original? Anyway, it is a replica of the very first ever made Jim, Terry, and I forget the other guy's name. It's not Jim and Terry Marshall that the JTM is at. There was another guy who worked with them. Maybe his name was Mark or Mike. I think something like that. I have to look it up on the paperwork. Anyway, but the story goes is they collaborated to make that first amp that's kind of a copy of the what do they call it? The Blues Breaker amplifier by Fender? I think so. Anyway, but that's that woman tone sound kind of amp thing and whatnot. That's like that era, 60s era, I think, right? Wasn't it? Was it 60s or was it 50s? Okay, now I got to look that up. Marshall amps, when did they start? That's my question for the day. Marshall lamps. Okay, how can this totally did not hear me, right? Marshall amplifiers, first amp. The JTM 45 was a Bassman inspired amplifier, 1963. So I was right, it was 60s. All right, there we go. Send me a link to the song. All right, Janice, I'm going to do that for you. Should I chance getting a copyright strike and playing a little bit of it? I don't know. Let's see. Let me look it up. Triumph, fight the good fight. Okay, let's see. We'll just go right to the Triumph Allied Forces, or is there like a Triumph? I guess that would be it, right? Wow, it's 6 minutes long, 6 minutes, 30 seconds long. All right, I'm going to share it to you, Janice. To your Instagram. Is that the best? Insta? I'm going to send it to your Insta. Is that all right? Or should I send it? How else can I send it to you? On Messenger? And they're both the same now, kind of, right? Let me see. I don't see you in that list for some reason. Okay, all right. Anyway, it's going to you by, WhatsApp. Should send it to you there. By the way, you guys, my friend Martin of L&M Guitar Corner, super cool dude, as you know. He hung out with me for a couple hours the other day on Friday and helped me figure this thing out a little better, And as Johnny was saying throughout the show, you can't just plug it in and play it, dude. You got to go download the software and blah, 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 blah. And he was right, but I was trying to make a point in that show. Kinda. I didn't have time to really do the show the right way that I wanted. But the point I was making is that it precisely is not a just plug in and play. Though you can plug in and get tones. It has tones in it ready to go. To really understand the full power of that little pedal, it is getting into the software that then you kind of download from the software onto that pedal all the cool stuff that you create in the software. So it's like they're giving you the power to do like all these things, effects and all these different amp sims and cab IRs or whatever you want to call them. Cab, I guess they are, aren't they? Yeah. And you can go direct it, and it's a very powerful little pedal because you can plug it into anything. You plug it in an amp, you can plug it into a PA, you can plug it into whatever. You can send it direct. You can use it as an interface. You can use it as a headphone amp and just plug in headphones and use it, playing guitar on the plane if they let you do that, if you have an extra seat and you're not bopping anyone in the head with your headless guitar. But anyway, there's a lot of different things you could do with that pedal. It's very powerful. I mean, I was wanting to compare it to the Fender Mustang Mini headphone amp that you can just plug headphones in, and it's got amps and FX and everything there, and you can dial them in. The difference being with this one is there are a lot of things you can do in real time with it, and there are a lot of things you can do with that Tonex in real time as well. But most of it, like for example, important things like tap tempo, for delay and probably similar, like those kind of effects, you can effect modulation, speeds of things and other things, right? So it's got some global, and then it has some other like secret things you can do with it. So it's very cool. But I have played a harpsichord. It was a long time ago. I don't even remember specifically. All right, but what I played recently? I played like a $250,000 piano. I played a Yamaha and a Bosendorfer piano at a piano store while they were repairing my phone screen. And anyway, that was a fun experience because I had an hour to kill or so, and it was just me and the guy who worked at the store. We were chatting a little bit, and I got to play everything I wanted to play there, and it was pretty cool. So if you've never played one of them big concert grand pianos, $250,000 piano, it's it's uh it's like Ferris Bueller would say, if you can afford it, or if you can, I would highly recommend it. 1959. So 1963 was the year, is what Google said. Google is telling the truth. Hey, what's up? There he is, the man of the hour. I was talking just about you. Martin, L&M Guitar Corner. That is Martin, right? I believe when it's Lucas of L&M Guitar Corner. Otherwise, it's Martin. Two super cool Austrian guys. We got to come up with something for Austria. Okay, howdy, Blackjack Guitars. Okay, everyone's saying mobile out, and then can't tag you. Something's going on with somebody's. Oh, Charles, what's up? And of course, Charles and his cool channel. They had a fun show the other night. I kind of I didn't watch as much as I listened to that one, but they were talking about what are you watching on YouTube, and that was cool. Yeah, some people watch my show, which is nice. And then Ricky Compton probably came over from there. Yeah. Yeah, I love what Charles does. He gets people from the community on his show and then has a chat with them. So it's chatting with Charles. That's a great idea. I mean, people have done that before, but not in the way he's doing. That's what he does. And then they have their hangout with Presley guitars, and that's super cool. Talking about that was what that show was kind of talking about, that stuff. And I think they're on a new time now, right? So it kind of works better for people. Yeah. All right, so let's get down to the bottom of the chat here, see if there's any questions. Any questions? You'll ask, how are you? Hey, Wayne McCall, good question. I'm doing well. I had a great time last night. I went to see my sister play some live music with her band, Then Die. That's the name of the band. Real PC, right? I think it's funny. She was breaking up at the time. I think she was already broken up with her boyfriend and tried to break up with him several times, and he was just not letting her go. And she just said, "Dude, it's over, and it's over, and it's over, and it's over." There was a meme that she saw on Facebook or something, and it's like Romeo and Juliet kind of drawing, and it's the guy saying to the woman, "I can't live without you," and the woman says, "Then die." Because I think she was at that point in that relationship, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm good. I'm super good, dude. What can I say? The only thing I wish I had more of is time to do everything that I want to do, which is too much. I want to do too much. I think that's what it is. Did you have the time to try the Tonex 1? Meanwhile, since we went through, no, not at all. No, I have not. After we got done with that session, I watched some more video of that while I was like doing some errands. My sweetie and I, of course, after we talked, I had my lunch and then I had some errands to do, or late lunch. Had some errands to do, and then got back home and we watched that Adolescence show on. Hey, Lewis, what's up? Adolescence on Netflix, which is a really hot show right now. It's number one, and I have not had time since then. I might have some time later today, I'm hoping, because after this show, and I got to end it at 11, so 20 more minutes, you guys. Hey, not visible, what's up? I'll answer your question next. It was like from one thing to the next, and it was crazy because Thursday my whole day got shot when I planned to delve deep into it before the show. I had to deal with a stolen vehicle. Somebody stole a vehicle from our parking lot at the building next door that I also manage. And but we found it. So with all the video surveillance I went through and sent to the officers, and they were collaborating with some other local police, and they located the vehicle. And so they might have even got the guy. I don't know, but I believe the person who owned it is getting it back. Hopefully it's not trashed or anything like that. But So how long do you expect a piano to be in tune? That's a good question. I think that totally depends on, like with guitars, the environment that it's sitting in. If you have a very well controlled environment and room, for example, like in a studio, it's unlikely it's going to go out of tune much unless it's really getting played on hard, you know. And you can knock a piano out of tune, believe it or not. I mean, the deep notes, hitting them really hard, it vibrates the whole thing. And sometimes hitting notes. I mean, it is a physical stringed instrument where hammers are hitting, the strings, and there are multiple strings, and so it's not hard to knock a piano out of tune. But I think normally when they really go out of tune is when the environment changes, where in the room that it's in, or if it's transported, from one place or another. Have you ever seen Horowitz in Moscow? That video of when the great pianist from Russia, Horowitz, goes back for the first time to Russia after perestroika and glasnost, and Russia opened up its kind of walls and borders, and things kind of started to change in a good way in some ways. Anyway, that was it was a very it was a wonderful performance. It's classical, by the way. But they show him taking his piano there because when you're a pianist of that level, right? And I can tell you from going through all those pianos I played at that piano store, they all feel different. It's similar like what people say about a guitar. They're not all the same. That's why I got so many different ones, not just because it's colorful and it looks cool. They are all different. Each one of those things plays and feels totally differently, and they all sound differently because of that too. Sure, you can use effects and use all kinds of magic to make anything sound the same as anything else. Maybe, kind of, maybe, right? But yeah, that's why each thing is its own animal in a sense. You gotta it. And when you're playing at that kind of that kind of high level, I think that's the thing. Like Johnny says, he can play any guitar. That's true. But can you play anything with any guitar? I don't think so. So in other words, if you're Joe Satriani and you're playing your music on some like Fender Squier guitar, you might not get the squeal at the right moment. You might not get the right run because it doesn't have the right fret radius, and you can't quite do that quick run there where you want to do, or pinch harmonic things might be in a different location or something because the next scale is somewhere else. So if your next scale is different, all these things are going to matter, right? So all those little things matter. That's why people use different kinds of guitars and stuff, right? But when it comes to answering that question, I think it depends. As as who would say that? Oh my God, Friedman, right? Dave Friedman said, "Well, it depends." Yeah. So searching for tone says, I have yet to really watch anything about the Tonex. Is a singular effect amp sim stuff, or can you do an entire chain to that tiny? Yeah, dude. Part due of of the Tonex challenge, or whatever you want to call it. This next Thursday, I'm going to go into all that. Last Thursday, I went into how you just don't want to just plug this in and play it, because that's not what it's meant to be. And you're going to be confused as hell because it's very, very deep when it comes to how the software can be used for it. But we will show you all that on this next Thursday's Gear and Demo show. How about that? Right on. And thank you to On Guitar Corner for that. As well as I was gonna try to get together and do it with Bay Area Rich too, Johnny's buddies and my buddy too. I mean, we've met. I gotta call you, dude. I gotta send you your package. Besides, you deserve. Did I send you? No, I haven't. See, I need to send you a thank you for being a member package too. So I'll do it all in one. But I was thinking about handing it off to Johnny, and he can hand it off to you, or maybe we can meet up. But why don't you come over here one day? That'd be awesome. All right. So, oh wow, do you have to buy stuff like THU? No, that's what's so cool, dude. Honestly, there's more in there than you'll ever need to use to make any kind of sound you want, really. And that's what's so powerful about this thing. So, yeah. So Ryan Hall, I don't know if he's asking a question. He's saying, "How is my?" Oh no, howdy, my Hungarian American music and law brother. That's all right. You can be late. It's okay. Yeah. Well, when he and I went through everything, Martin and I did just a private, secret YouTube hang. Maybe that's something that I can put up as a for members only thing, right? Yeah. Especially if you're, yeah, right. Especially if you're not using all too much effects, yeah. Because it's got a limited, like anything, there's a limited power to its CPU of sorts, right? But basically, you're loading patches, like Johnny and I were talking about, or presets. You're creating your own presets or patches or whatever. Me? I wouldn't say that. I'm gonna keep it invisible to you, though. No, if you want to see what the state of the studio is right now, I'll show you. Let me show you guys. So you get to see what it's going to be like compared to next week, because by then I should have it way better organized. You know what? I'm gonna have to unplug my headphones for a second. This cable is just out of control. There we go. It's wrapped up in too many other cables that are all over the place. This, here you go. All right. Now, some of you guys have heard about the curtains. I'll try to go slow, so I'm not going all over the place with this. All right. And this is only so long too, you guys. All right. So if you look this direction, I got my closet. All right. And there's the Meteora that I had to put on the floor because I removed the guitar dock. I've got my my JC90 down there. Right? See that? The JC90. And then I got like a music stand here. And then there's my, there's my record player over there with some other gear all over the top of it. Then the back wall here, I have these guitar hangers. I'm going to be removing those because I'm going to be, where's my sweetie? Me and my sweetie in cartoon form. And then I got a bunch of stuff on top of here. Random things that make me smile when I look at them. Oh, Gumby fell down. This is my Know Your Gear yo-yo that I want to spray finish. And then just some random cups with like pens and Elvis glasses. And then there's Marcela MJ Juarez up there with Josh Meter. And then I've got my Les Paul speakers here. These are cool. I got to hook this thing up. This is right now just being covered by crap. This is my SSL. What is it? The F8 something? Anyway. And then I got the other solid state Logic SSL thingy. And then I got a little keyboard back there and some other stuff. So this is like a oh geez. This is like a workstation for studios kind of a thing, right? And it's not being used that way. That's what it's meant to be used for, but it's not. Then I've got my keyboard down here, right? And then I've got, that's a fully weighted action keyboard. I got a computer over there that hooked up into there. And then I've got another computer down here, this big tower that my cousin built for me that I got to hook up. I got my Blackstar HT20 Studio 20 down there. Then there's the guitar I've been wanting to work on for I don't know how long. It's been years. I just need to make the stripes because I have to cut them out of this 3M Scotch pad kind of material that I bought at an auto shop. And then I got to put it back together. That's the guitar Johnny and Ron were trying to talk me into trading for the Randy Rhoads pedal. I don't know what kind of deal they thought that was, but that was nuts. And then there's my my Telecaster I won at the grand opening, the grand prize at the grand opening of the Guitar Center here in it was like the guitar gods paying me for being a good guy, I guess. At the Guitar Center grand opening in Dublin, California. Some records, some hats. Those are hats from various excursions we've done around the world. I got my EVH mini amplifiers there. I have 3 of them so I can go wet, dry, wet. And then that's part of the curtain thing that I made. So that was going to be a shade too, but there was just so much to work on. sewing the rings on these things, and it's hard to. I know you guys can't hear me because I'm talking way over here, right? I keep thinking that I'm like holding my camera phone and you can hear me. So that's the shade that turned into just curtains, and it's very thick material, but I've got to adjust it because it's not against the bottom of the sill good enough there. And then behind the couch, you can see over there. Let me shed some light on this. You can see in the corner there, you can see that sticking out, that material there. That's actually the shade that's going to go over the window. Once I've got that in, I unplugged the microphone by accident. See, I promise not to tilt all over, but I am anyway. Sorry. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me check settings. Audio. Okay, yeah, it's working off the blue snowball. That's what I want. All right, let me close that. Maybe I'm showing more than I need to, right? Anyway, then I have boxes of gear and stuff and swag that I'm going to be giving away. And there's a bunch of cables, box of cables, some records that I bought, speaker, and then there's my amps. And then I've got my pedal hoard. Hold on. This is getting all hung up on something now. Let me move this out of the way. There's my pedal hoard, my pedal floor, and then there's the Kiesel, and I think that's it, right? Oh, and there's Ahsoka. I don't know what to call her. She's up there. oh yeah, you guys got to see the Funko Pops. I made a little shelf for them up there. Anyway, I hope that shows you that no, it's not. It's still a mess. All right, there you go. Working on it though. So once the window shade gets installed, which I'm just waiting to have time to install that, it's going to take me about a half an hour or so to do. So maybe later today I'll have that time. That'll be nice. And then I can move this desk over there. That's kind of like the plan. Just a little bit. There we go. So that's the plan. So there you go. Were there any other questions? We're almost over. 8 minutes left and I got to go. I'm going to take a sip of coffee and throw your questions at me, guys, gals. Anything you want to talk about. Yeah. Coffee's good. I love coffee. Coffee good. Yeah, it's a lot of Funkos. You know what happened is we kept going to Funko Pop World down in LA every time we visited, and I kept buying them. I even bought a ton of these little mini ones. Check this out. Okay, you guys got to see. This is nuts. This is insane. But you guys know I'm a Star Wars fan, right? I mean, who isn't? Except my wife doesn't like it. Oh, I can't reach. See along the top there? There's like, I don't know if you could see them. I'm going to have to grab one. Hold on. Okay. Try not to. There we go. So, God, stop. So there's Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and Greco, or what's his name that he shot. So these are mini Funkos. They're tiny little mini Funkos. And I got all the Star Wars characters from the first movie, well, the first movies, right? I don't think I have Boba Fett. I don't think he's in that set of. But they had a bunch of them at the Funko Pop near the exit as you're leaving. So I've got this like bag of stuff I'm bringing, including like I made one of Janice. I made one of Brent. We got to make one of Ron next time we go. Yeah, Greedo, that's his name. Thank you very much, dude. Yeah, BC Rich got it too. Yeah, I don't cringe at it, even though I live in earthquake land here in California. I even have the extra 7 pounds of my, roughly they're about 7 pounds of the Soundtrap designs, I used to call them, but now I'm just calling them Soundtrap guitar hangers. These are acoustic treatments you can hang your guitars on. It's a product that I'm trying to bring about a way to bring into the market. But the biggest problem of this is shipping. They're so expensive to ship. So I figured out a way to build them and make them so you can put them in a smaller box and have people IKEA put them together, and it should work. But it's going to take a little money to make all that happen, and I've still been trying to work out a way to get the money together to make that happen. It's going to probably be this year, though, just so you know. And Phil McKnight has one made of leather. It's an inside joke. And his wife loves it. She says, that's the one thing I'll let you put in the living room. You can hang that. You can hang a guitar in the living room with that on it if you want. That's what she said. So that's saying something, right? So that's my plan. Living rooms full of guitars. Oops. See, that's what the wife's going to do to you. Actually, you think you're going to get away with that. Anyway. No, it doesn't. No. Absolutely not. It's wood, man. Yeah. It's not going to create any pressure, really. I mean, playing a guitar, you're probably doing more to it, yanking it around and bending the neck. Because I do that with like guitars that don't have a whammy. I like push on the neck against the body, and like people are like, you're going to break that thing. I'm like, yeah, I know. I get a little physical with my stuff, equipment. Yeah, I hope you like leather. Yeah, right, BC Rich, you were in that chat, where in that show. That was freaking funny, man. He's a great guy. He really is. But he's giving me some tips, you know. He knows, he's an industry guy. He knows his stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, right. Did you use that guitar that I sent you yet on a video, dude? I hope so, Ryan. I gotta go watch your channel now. I usually binge. Like I'm really bad. I don't like schedule anything, you know, except for work and whatnot I have to do. But I just randomly choose what I feel like is worthy or whatever, you know, of watching for whatever mood I'm in, right? Aren't you guys like that too? You know, you don't always want to watch you can't watch everything, even though I want to watch everything. Yeah, yeah. There was that pause. Do you like it? And that was purposeful, the way I put it, you know, because I put it in the super chat. I think I sent him. I'm like, do you like leather? You know, and I was like, all right, I know Phil well enough, you know, to know that he's going to be like, what exactly is he asking? And then, and that it had the exact the reaction I was hoping for, which was exactly what it became, which was like a catchphrase, you know. It's like the and more, you know, because Johnny was making fun of me, like, because I couldn't come up with what to talk about sometimes. So I'm like, and more, you know, and he's making fun of it. But then of course, it works, right? So then it became a catchphrase, and like, and more. Even searching for tone, you used in your recent post, like, and more. And who doesn't use that, right? but we made it into a thing by constantly, you know, and more. So we just that's what's fun about this community, and you know, just laughing at each other and laughing at ourselves and laughing at the world, and making music about it too, right? Oh, you're still bonding with it? Come on, Ryan, bond and play it. I will be coming out with the GNL soon, I think you meant. Yeah, right on. Yeah, I sent Ryan my GNL that I bought from my sister's ex-boyfriend. I didn't want it in here either. That's why I wanted to get rid of that thing, even though it's a great guitar. It's an ash-bodied Telecaster that's semi-hollow. You know, it's one of the thin lines, and those are nice, man. That thing is a nice guitar. I could have used a little work, you know, and I wanted to do it for him, but he's like, "No, Laz, you don't have time. Just send it to me." So he sent me a little money, well, a couple $100, and then he's gonna send me a sword and some knives someday, whenever you get around to it, dude. Anyway. But it's all good. I think he was asking me what do I like or what do I want, and I think he accidentally let me know he has one of the swords from the Highlander movie. You know, There Can Be Only One. You know, and and I'm like, oh, I want that one, and he's probably like, oh, I want to keep that. Anyway, no pressure, dude. But yeah, I want it. Never thought of that, but also have my guitars hanging on the wall. This way I have in easy access to. That's why I have them out too. Not that I play them all the time. Like the Valiant still doesn't have the string replaced on it. I have the strings ready to go on there. I think they're right here. Yeah, right here. The Vega trims. I was gonna put this on there, even though it doesn't have a Vega trim on it. It's the only guitar that I wouldn't be wanting to play nines on. It's the scale that I think 10 to 46 is better set up for. You know, even though I'd probably typically want to go 52 on the low end, but it's all good. 10 to 46 on that should be cool. Yeah, that is the only one. Is it the only one? Ryan, I love you, man. All right, we are at 11 o'clock. So, okay, last second, real quick questions. I'm going to do a quick giveaway, you guys. All right, so anyone who said anything into the chat so far is going to be added. StreamYard giveaway tool will be used because it's a quick, easy way to do it. I just choose this show, and there you go. Here we are. We're going to choose this live stream, and you don't have to say nothing. Yeah, okay, there we go. So what do you guys think of that? Let me go ahead and present that to you so you can all see that on the screen. All right, you guys see that all right? Here it comes. There it is. So let me go ahead and bring it in a little more bigger. All right, there we go. All right, you guys ready? There's 13 entries. You don't have to say anything because anyone who's typed anything in the chat so far has no names. So anyone who's typed anything into the chat so far. So Palmer dude, type something in now at the end. Dude. Type something in the thing, and then you don't have to type anything. You already did it. So anyone who's already typed anything already in there, you're already in. And we can go ahead and let it run. So we have 25 people watching the show right now. That's awesome, you guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate that. By the way, if you want to join as a member, you can, but you don't have to. I think I have a 99-cent one. I have a $2.99 and a $4.99, and I think I have a $9.99. And then searching for tone actually gave away some to other people, so that was really cool. Yeah, you don't have to worry, Peggy. You're probably gonna Peggy for the win. She's probably gonna win again. Does the U.S. still have post office? Thankfully, they do still. I hope we all survive this. To be honest with you, that's a good question. Yes, and if you are in Canada land, instead of me sending you what I'm going to send you, I'll send you a card, because that I can just send you a mail item that doesn't cost me too much. And then I will buy you something from a Lone Wolf McQuaid's. I know that's not what it's called, but that's what I call it. Lone Wolf McQuaid's near you. I'll buy you, a gift card for $10 or whatever. And then you can pick up something. Because normally the items that I send are about $10 worth of stuff, right? If you're in the area, you will win one of these. Where are they? You will win one of these cool guitar-shaped bottle openers and some NAMM swag. Like I'll send you some, like maybe a sticker, like this Ellefson coffee, stickers, like some stickers. I think this one I have to keep because they gave me their info on there. I probably shouldn't have shown that. But I'll give away some NAMM swag, right? Some stuff from NAMM, stickers and some pics, things like that. So you guys ready? All right. Member names are in green. That's right, Ryan. That's correct. On YouTube. See, I don't even see that right now because I'm not even open in YouTube. Maybe I'll end the show with the Triumph song. That'll probably get me copyright striked, right? But this is it right here. This is the album. Looked like that. It was really cool. I really like that album. But I will send a passport. Okay. You know what you can do if Canadians out there like Boomster Black, if you still love some Americans like me, and they're in the chat and you win and you want to gift it to your American friend, to tide them over until the next regime change, then gift it to somebody in the chat and I'll send it to them, right? Guitar Man 45, Bo, what's up? Yeah, dude, I saw them. I'm trying to remember who they opened for. God, I think they opened for Ronnie James Dio, but I'm not sure. It might have been Judas Priest or God, I've seen so many concerts. I can't remember who played with who when, but I did see them, and they were great. They were amazing at the Cow Palace here in the Bay Area. You know, this is a poop show. Poop show. All right, James G. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the giveaway. And if James wins, he's going to get a bag of poop. I don't think he meant anything bad. It's a crazy world right now. I think fear is driving a lot of people's bad decisions right now, and that's what it comes down to. If any of you guys wanted to get into politics and stuff, that's the one thing I would have said. I think people are given false information about the real state of things, then they become very fearful of what the future might be, and then they believe that the person giving them all that false information is going to save them from all the bad things. And if you look into past history and how some of those supposed saviors, what they did, it didn't work out too good. So thank you very much, Peggy. I enjoy you in the shows. All right, so here we go. We're going to hit it, and then I got to leave because going over. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting a knock on the door. Okay, I'm doing the giveaway. Here we go. And then send me by the email, musictherapylaz@gmail.com. Just go to my description on the show. MPN, you won. All right, MPN is the winner. Congratulations. And then I'm leaving. All right. Fight the good fight, you guys. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it. This is how we got to end the show, and then we're leaving. Have a great rest of your day, you guys. Enjoy your Sunday. Be good to each other, man. That's all. Fight the good fight every moment, right? Every minute, every day. Oh, let me take this like this. Let me go like this. It's worth the copyright strike. Del Palmer at the end. That's right. Rock on, everybody. Hope you guys can hear this all right. Right on, man. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Rock on. Fight the good fight, man. It's the only way. Laters. Peace.